Oh yes, it's time to get your finances in order and plan for the future. Our good friends from Hertiage Trust are here with financial tips for baby boomers and millennials alike. We welcome David Davis along with Dennis Bailey. Before we get started, I read just a few months ago that 85% of 60-year-olds can't write a check for $500.
It's probably true.
And that's because they have not planned ahead.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And this is going into baby boomers, millennials, all alike. When should we get started? When should people get started with finances, with putting away 401k, talking with you guys at Hertiage Trust about investing? When should we start?
Well, let's go with the millennial, since
Okay.
you mentioned them. Really, they should start as quickly as they can.
Mm-hmm.
Millennials, I've heard recently, that are now the largest generation in the country. So that's a pretty big deal. Also, millennials are dealing with something that a lot of other generations haven't had to deal with as much, and that's student loan debt. Mm-hmm. Student loan debt just hit over $1 trillion last year.
Wow.
Huge number. And a tendency for a lot of people is they want to pay off the debt mm-hmm. and not focus on themselves and not put money away for retirement. Mm-hmm. You have to pay yourself first. And that's something I think the millennials really need to focus on and need to learn.
And a lot of those student loans are at very, very low rates, 1.5%, 2%, a lot of those. So whenever you can invest money, like with you guys, and get a much greater rate of return, go ahead and make possibly the minimal payments on the school and then invest. So, you know, what do you guys offer here at Hertiage Trust? I mean, you guys have a number of offices in the Tri-County area.
Mm-hmm. We're our retirement and investment division, mm-hmm. and we can do pretty much anything for mm-hmm. folks. As far as our young folks go, the millennials, what we found with them is education is very important.
Oh yeah.
And it's not in their life era, it's not so much about the investing and what to invest in. Mm-hmm. It's more about developing the discipline mm-hmm. and the mechanics of saving just mm-hmm. to begin with. Getting that habit, like you were saying, making sure they're saving mm-hmm. for retirement, even though they have these student loans, and then of course that desire to acquire stuff when you're that age.
Yeah. So budgeting really is extremely important. As I heard someone say earlier this morning, make money, spend money, give some away, and then save some.
Almost in reverse order though.
Yes.
We say pay yourself first.
Sure. Sure.
And so set your budget up so that you pay yourself first and then everybody else if you can do
Say
that.
Someone has a 401k here at the television station and they've got that maxed out, but now they're making enough money that they wanna put somewhere else. Let's just say hypothetically, I got $10,000 and I want to invest with you guys. Mm-hmm. I'm a baby boomer. Where should I go with it?
Yeah. You know, one of the main things you first have to find out is what kind of risk can you tolerate?
Sure.
You know, what kinds of ups and downs?
Yeah.
People come in my office every day. You know, you mentioned the stock market, and you know they pull back and get green a little bit.
Yeah.
And the stock market's not for everybody, but certainly it is for some people. So you got to find out what their risk tolerance is, and you know, maybe it's something that's safe. Maybe it is something that has a little risk. You know, so that's the first discussion we have to have.
Someone is looking at retirement, say they're 63, 64, 65 years old. How much money should they have in retirement that would be coming in so that they can retire comfortably?
Well, we have to determine that, along with determining their risk tolerance and where they are. We have to find out where they are before we can tell them where to go. Okay. And so I like to say everyone's is different.
Sure, sure.
And so to answer your question, we would really need to sit down with that person and find out where they are and where they need to go and what their needs are, what their life situation is like.
Because some people might be able to live off of 75% of what they're making right now, and some people may need 100% of what they're making to live off of. So you got to go with it individually.
Yes.
A number of the retirement accounts that are out there today, where do y'all see most people who come to you folks? Where do you see most of the people investing in?
It varies. It really does.
Yeah.
We have the capability to pretty much do whatever they need.
Okay.
And so I would have a very difficult time saying that, you know, most are going this way or most are going that way.
Just all depends on the individual.
It is.
Yeah.
It is very, very
needs,
individualized,
incomes,
and
spending habits, everything.
Exactly.
Different locations. How many locations do y'all have in the Charleston area?
11 branches.
11 branches all over. Wow.
Yep.
I know we've got at least one, if not two, right here in Mount Pleasant.
That's right.
Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us today.
Couple of new ones.
Hertiage Trust, make sure you check those folks out. We've got more Low Country Live coming up in just a moment, so stay with us.